Kubrick would have done something with the son and dad, same age thing. Ninjas Evangelion would have. They did. Operation Overdrive did. Sort of disappointing that the Navarro story didn't go anywhere from what I saw, albeit I missed the last episode. I'm Xander. I'm the Prince of Xandar. He's sort of become the Nagi of the show. That Dino Super Charge sword seemed awesome though, and I don't normally like Saban shows for their add-on toy commercials basically. Anything else they put Dino Charges in, I approve. So the other lady is an Aqua? Garbage day! Also have to note how the clothes can be worn by anyone, with gender not being relevant. Although the relevance of bonding is weird since anyone can wear. Other stuff on Dino Super Charge episode 6 after rethinking about it. Central was cool. I didn't feel for that he may die instead of his dad thing. Tyler just isn't that relevant, sort of like Shane Clark now. Even though his actor is a lot more chemistry between the actor and the crew. Not a lot of heckle, despite all the hype from the previous season. Spoilers, sort of didn't make sense how Singe froze their powers. They put way too much production value into the fights, which is good for the toy selling, whereas resources and time goes sent elsewhere. It sort of felt like filler, although it could be the last one with Tyler stealing Navarro, which is regrettable. It probably wasn't as bad as I thought, but what else can they do with Tyler besides ship him with Shelby? It's cool that the Prince of Xandar has utility, although he doesn't have much to do. It would be cool if the Dino Charge was a stampede. Maybe they can just transition to Shelby and Kendall being main characters for the rest of the season. Main problems with the Power Rangers Dino Super Charge episode, Freaky Fright Day, or whatever they call it. Like, I don't get why they don't just do an episode on Heckle. There's no reason to adapt this episode from Japan. You paid for a set where the Rangers can show up in US footage, use it. It'll probably get dismantled and a whole bunch of stuff later, but who cares? I guess it's slightly about Heckle because it's about being mistaken, but fuck you. You guys don't know what you're talking about. Like I mentioned before, they could spend less money on the Riley and Ivan switch, but switching bodies still wouldn't make the episode bad, just cheaper, and the production would have been more logical. Dino Wing's body switch could have worked like an imposter and Lightspeed Rescue, etc. So that was a bit lame too, even though it was a highlight of the episode. But still, that was mainly Japanese footage anyway, so you guys didn't do anything right. I'm not giving you the New Zealand crew any credit. Dino Wing, oh gosh. Imagine the whole episode being about him fighting the Rangers because somebody stole a body and they got to switch the monster body with the Dino Wing body. And they already did that with Nerve Imposter episode a couple episodes ago. They could have had a monster body switch the whole season and not let the Rangers find out, which would have been an epic twist. And I don't get why they had Davi Santos play two characters. Did they cheapen out on the unnecessary use of guests of the week episode budget that they had to do that? Because they still have to pay post for having two Davi Santos in the episode by using the green screen effects to make it seem like they're there at the same time. Okay, whatever. Saban, let's spend more money. That makes more sense. On episodes that's not even that good or going to be rated well, and is Power Rangers Super Mega Force quality. Great. What the fuck does the Power Rangers Super Dino Charge, or Dino Super Charge, or whatever charge, ending mean? Let's start with what Joe Lynn has said about the series. He said he didn't want crossovers. He didn't want there to be references to other shows because Megaforce already failed that. I can get into why that kind of logic doesn't work and why the fans don't want that, but that's not important. He said he wanted to concentrate on making the show better, and he did. Like, there was a bad plot hole and some really terrible episodes, but he did some very memorable stuff this season, and it was original. Does Dino Thunder take place? Does even Mighty Morphin take place? There's no crossovers with them, and that's the reason why Judd Lynn put that in there. Is this an attempted reason to retcon or explain that? Not sure, but he did have a logic behind it. It's sort of a Game of Thrones Telltale game, season 1 ending. It's ambiguous, and they don't make clear that what happens like is going to be important or going to be fan friendly or where they're going to go with it. It's unfortunate, bro. Like, I was really angry when they did that with Game of Thrones Telltale, because like I didn't know whether I wanted to buy the second season or not, and I already spent all this money on the first season. Now, Power Rangers is free on TV, so and people are going to watch no matter what. I don't think the I don't care about the plot holes. I just want it to be entertaining, and it accomplishes that. Everyone has their closure, and it got people talking. Like, it was a risk, and whether it pays off or not is... I mean, that's definitely what they need more of, risks, not just adapting footage and doing it terribly like with Power Rangers Samurai. So just to explain one point, it's not clear whether or not this is in the Mighty Morphin universe or the Lionsgate universe or anything, or even the RPM universe. They don't explain whether... I do feel like it was partially inspired by the Ranger Board explanation that they're going to have a time event that alters all the reality so that vengeance never happened and there wasn't the apocalypse. But back to the point about the in-universe stuff. There's never any crossovers and you never see the other Rangers, so it's sort of like that all-time movies review of the James Bond franchise, where there's references to other canon, so they're obviously the same person in the James Bond franchise. There's no references to other parts of the Power Rangers franchise, and I think they should keep it like that until they can find a way where they know that the writing staff and the directing crew are strong enough that they can reintroduce elements of the original franchise back together. That way, there'll be less backlash from fans for the lack of good production and good of writing and stuff. And Joe Lynn did say that he wanted to improve the staff. It's more... Here's my point of view. They were sort of a D-League affiliate, a development league for writers and production. They wanted to improve the abilities of the staff, which obviously needed improvement, and we weren't going to see any A-list stuff, even though Joe Lynn did write some really good stuff for the show. It's unfortunate they didn't translate to the actual show. That's a good product, but seeing improvement in the characters and the audience and the entertainment value opposed to just cringeworthy, really bad, unentertaining stuff is noteworthy. Just because it's plot holes doesn't mean it doesn't have to be entertaining. There's some risk. A lot of good stuff happened. Also, the final point I wanted to mention, unions. I don't know who made the decision, Haim Saban or Joe Lynn, but it seems like they're not going to bring back the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and this, at least not very soon. And this ending pretty much confirmed that. Walter Manuel Jones said he wanted to rejoin, but he wanted to be Union. The New Zealand now, it doesn't look like they're going to bring back the unions, and especially considering that the shows don't do well. Like, there's no reason to bring unions into the show, which is at cost to the show. So their point of view is, let's cut the budget. Let's work on an indie budget first, and then work on a blockbuster budget later once they're developed. Right now, it looks like less development, less production, less budget. They're not going to bring in all-stars like Jason David Frank and pay him all this money like they did in Megaforce, only for him to not show up. And not to mention, I remember, what's his name, Austin, the guy who played Bridge in SPD. He said he didn't want to go to New Zealand because he'd have to pay his own ticket, and it'd be all these costs for him to join. And Saban is not going to pay, and I think Joe Lynn knows that, and as a result, he knows he can't do a lot of crossovers. Because like a lot of the fans would be disappointed, a lot of the audience would be disappointed, a lot of the actors would be disappointed. So he just decided to get rid of that, make it simpler, and create their own teams and make them more memorable. Well, let's see what we can do with... I don't even know the Ninja Storm universe, or the Ninja Steel universe, is not every universe, it's going to be combined with the Power Rangers Dino Charge universe, and we shall see if, I don't know if there'll be a crossover next year or the year after. I don't know how long Ninja Steel is going to last, but that was a good time to experiment with it. Do they want that to be part of the same universe or not? I mean, everyone's saying, oh, Dino Thunder got, or all these other franchises got retconned out. It happens with DC, and hey, maybe they'll never bring back Neo Saban. You know, that's, you gotta think positive. All the bad season Power Rangers exist too, and those have been retconned out too. And also, using reboots and sequels is also a sign of laziness, actually. They should, that's what they're doing, I think. They want to use original stuff and see if that holds up in Power Rangers. I think that's where they're going with the franchise. More risks, more originality, the Jordan direction. And I like it.